Hello to you, our eternal dear friend. If you have already watched our first video, one of the reasons which we said to have a part in it was the 5th generation internet. You will probably ask yourself, how could this be related? There is a view about this which almost uncovers this issue, and it would be good to analyze this view here. As the author says, this article is for those who do not know what's happening in the world, and it's necessary to get to know about these important issues. So, like always, if you'd like to get to know about these views, before anything, I'd like you to subscribe to Top to Box if you haven't already, and give us your valuable like if you enjoyed it. Part 1. The New World Order. The gist of the article is this. The gods of the world want to reduce the population to manage the world more easily. In the Controlling the World Population Project video, we saw that those who are controlling the world had warned long ago about the dangers of population growth and decided to reduce the world population to stop this event from happening. Before anything, if you haven't watched this video, make sure to watch it in the link above. It's been said as it continues that those who are controlling the world are trying to reach these goals. One world economy, one world government, one world religion. In the previous video, we talked about the importance of a world currency in The Economist magazine 1988 and saw that this event has been planned since decades ago, and the new currency will likely be given to the public as a digital currency. Again, I note that if you haven't watched this video, use the link on top of the page to watch it. You'll surely find a lot of information. The author believes that those who are controlling the world are trying to use the artificial intelligence power and imprison humans and take their power. Of course, the AI is not what we see in today's world's machinery, but the intelligence which acts exactly like humans. If you are one of our friends who has watched our channel's previous videos, you already know that in one video, we talked about 5 of the amazing abilities of the artificial intelligence and how close they are to human power, and also 10 threats of the artificial intelligence. Again, if you haven't watched these videos, I suggest you to use the links above or go to the list of the videos and watch these too. It's been said that in order to be able to control people using the AI, the world powers need to make others use the tiny chips. As the author says, the main figures behind this event are Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Barack Obama, Jacob Rothschild, Henry Kissinger, Rockefellers, Bill and Hillary Clinton, Tony Blair, and many of the billionaires of the world who are next to each other in this big project. Recently, an interview with Mark Zuckerberg has been published on YouTube where he promised to help Bill Gates with $25 million. You might ask yourself, what does this have to do with the modern world order? You can find the answer to this question in the ID 2020 Alliance. This declaration was provided by the ID 2020 Alliance partners in cooperation with the Senior Commissions of the United Nations Refugees, which is established to protect them and aid them in returning or restaying. There, it was talked about the ethical approaches of the digital identity in details, where we are going to talk about them as we continue. These mutual principles are the starting point to lead the future of the digital entity in a global scale. 1. The ability to prove one's identity is a fundamental and universal human right. 2. We live in a digital era. Individuals need a trusted, verifiable way to prove who they are, both in the physical world and online. 3. Over 1 billion people worldwide are unable to prove their identity through any recognized means. As such, they are without the protection of law and are unable to access basic services, participate as a citizen or voter, or transact in the modern economy. Most of those affected are children and adolescents, and many are refugees, forcibly displaced, or stateless persons. 4. For some, including refugees, the stateless, and other marginalized groups, reliance on national identification systems isn't possible. This may be due to exclusion, inaccessibility, or risk, or because the credentials they do hold are not broadly recognized. While we support efforts to expand access to national identity programs, we believe it is imperative to complement such efforts by providing an alternative to individuals lacking safe and reliable access to state-based systems. 5. We believe that individuals must have control over their own digital identities, including how personal data is collected, used, and shared. Everyone should be able to assert their identity across institutional and national borders and across time. Privacy, portability, and persistence are necessary for digital identity to meaningfully empower and protect individuals. 6. Digital identity carries significant risk if not thoughtfully designed and carefully implemented. We do not underestimate the risks of data misuse and abuse, particularly when digital identity systems are designed as large, centralized databases. 7. Technical design can mitigate some of the risks of digital identity. Emerging technology, for example, cryptographically secure, decentralized systems, could provide greater privacy protection for users, while also allowing for portability and verifiability. But widespread agreement on principles, technical design patterns, and interoperability standards is needed for decentralized digital identities to be trusted and recognized. 8. This better model of digital identity will not emerge spontaneously. In order for digital identities to be broadly trusted and recognized, we need sustained and transparent collaboration aligned around these shared principles, along with supporting regulatory and policy frameworks. 9. ID 2020 Alliance partners jointly define functional requirements, influencing the course of technical innovation and providing a route to technical interoperability and therefore trust and recognition. 10. The ID 2020 Alliance recognizes that taking these ideas to scale requires a robust evidence base which will inform advocacy and policy. As such, ID 2020 Alliance-supported pilots are designed around a common monitoring and evaluation framework. We humbly recognize that this is no easy task, but we see urgency as a moral imperative. This is why we have set ambitious targets and why we hold ourselves to account. Well, what is the ID 2020 Alliance? The ID 2020 Alliance is a private and public innovative corporation which is active in improving the life using the digital identity. According to the information obtained from the ID 2020 Alliance website, in order for you to be taken care of and supported in fighting poverty, disease, and obtaining any other good things, you must have planted a chip in your body, a sign for being acknowledged to go into the New World Order. The ID 2020, at the moment, is trying to reach the digital identity of the people on Earth. The identity verification, which is going to be planted under everyone's skin in the form of a microchip. The only way to reach this good is encouraging people to plant the chip in their bodies or causing fear and accepting it in the end. Which one do you think was selected in the end? Make sure to stay with us in the next part of this video so that I can give you, dear friend, more information about this. Do not forget to like this video if you have enjoyed it up until now, and do subscribe and turn on the bell if you haven't already done it, so that you will be among the first members who will get notified about this video. We are waiting for you, dear friends' valuable view. Like always, we wish you health and success. See you in another show in Top 2 Box.